So, what starts out as just a few fiery social media posts has absolutely exploded into this high stakes political drama. And it's shaking the very foundations of one of the Philippines' most powerful political families. Trust me, this isn't just some online gossip. This is a battle for legacy, for loyalty, and maybe for something much, much bigger. And it's all happening on the new battleground for politics, social media.
And that is not an exaggeration. The Capiz Times calls it a political storm. And honestly, that's the perfect way to describe it. We're talking about a vicious online feud that's ripping the whole camp apart, pitting old friends against each other and forcing family members to, publicly pick a side. So the big question is, how on earth did we get here?
Okay, to really understand this firestorm, we've got to look at the two people standing right in the middle of it all. Their very public fight is what kicked this whole thing off.
On one side, we've got the accuser, a really popular pro-Duterte vlogger who goes by the name Maharlika. And on the other side, the accused, Jasmine Egan, who used to work right inside the presidential palace as a protocol officer. So you have one person with a huge online platform and another with insider access. I mean, that is a recipe for a seriously explosive confrontation.
And oh, was it explosive. Maharlika didn't just make one little claim. Nope. She unleashed a whole series of bombshells online, and you better believe her followers were hanging on every single word.
Just how closely were they listening? Well, we're talking about over 1 million combined views on her posts about Egan. This wasn't some niche little argument happening in a corner of the internet. This was a full-blown viral spectacle that grabbed the attention of the entire Duterte political base. So what was she actually saying? I mean, the allegations were wild. Maharlika called Egan a traitor and a double agent. She claimed Egan was part of a love triangle, that she got improper access to a secure airbase, and even, get this, received compromising photos of the former president. On top of all that, she started raising some really serious questions about who was paying for Egan's trips to The Hague, where Duterte is facing that big international trial. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. Just when you think this is a story about personal drama and political backstabbing, the plot takes this massive twist. Another theory pops up, one that suggests this entire public fight is just a smokescreen for something else entirely, a corporate war that involves billions. And the clue, apparently, lies in a hashtag that started trending right alongside all this controversy. Hashtag #TeleSeries. This little hashtag connects all the political drama to one of the richest, most powerful families in the entire country.
You know Ceres, right? It's that famous bus line run by the Isang Group, the biggest bus company in the country. Their buses are everywhere, connecting millions of people. Well, as it turns out, Jasmine Egan is reportedly married to an heir of this billionaire family. And suddenly that hashtag makes a whole lot of sense, and the story gets way, way more complicated.
According to this alternate theory, which also just blew up online, Egan didn't join the president's team because she was some political loyalist. No. The claim is she did it to get protection for her family's inheritance, right in the middle of this huge internal battle for control of the Janssen Company and all of its billions. So the core of this whole claim is that the protection she wanted was a pabor, or a favor from Duterte himself. And this theory suggests that everything else, the public displays of loyalty, all the drama, the accusations, it's all just a palabas, a big show designed to distract everyone from the real fight, which is all about a corporate empire. As you can probably guess, these two completely different stories, is she a spy or is she a corporate player, have caused a massive rift. And not just among supporters, but right inside the Duterte family itself. So on one side, you have Vice President Sara Duterte, who put out this really cryptic statement saying it was wise for her father never to have remarried, a pretty clear shot at the whole situation. But then on the other side, the former president's youngest daughter, Kitty Duterte, came out swinging. She jumped to Egan's defense, calling all the accusations malicious and baseless. I mean, the family is publicly totally... Okay, so this is the really crucial point. Why does some online feud between a vlogger and a former aide matter so much? Because the fallout from all these accusations goes way beyond social media. It's raising questions that strike right at the heart of the former president's legacy and his future. And this brings us to probably the most startling question to come out of this whole mess. As supporters were fighting it out online, this really dangerous idea started to take hold, one that actually questions the former president's own competence. So the logic, at least the argument being made by some of Egan's defenders, goes something like this. If the whole spy thing is true and Duterte let a spy hang around in his inner circle for years, well, that means he's either in on it, not very smart, or he's become senile. So in a weird way, the attack on Egan ends up becoming an attack on Duterte himself.
And look, this isn't just talk. It has three huge real-world consequences. First, it's forcing a public conversation about his mental fitness, which could really weaken his political power. Second, and this is a big one, any question about his mental state could seriously mess with his ability to defend himself in his case at the International Criminal Court. I mean, it could be used to argue he's not even fit to stand trial. And third, it could set off this desperate scramble among everyone, allies and rivals, to get their hands on alleged hidden fortunes that maybe only he knows how to access. The stakes, as you can see, are unbelievably high.
So we're left with this one big question. Is this all just messy online drama, or are we actually watching a calculated battle for control over a political legacy, a corporate empire, and maybe even billions in hidden wealth? Whatever the answer is, it just goes to show how fast an online feud can threaten to bring down a real-world dynasty.